everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, hi, my name is Imolia Busari and I am a Nigerian registered nurse and midwife. I'm also a United Kingdom registered nurse. Currently, I live and practice in United Kingdom. On this channel, I talk about nursing, healthcare, and sometimes I talk about my lifestyle generally as a nurse. I'm not going to be doing anything different in this video because in this video, we're going to be talking about 10 countries in the world that are regarded as the best countries to practice as a registered nurse. I'm filming this video because I've always had to have this conversation with multiple people, so now I have a video to refer them to. Now, I've only lived and practiced in 2 countries, which are Nigeria, my home country, and United Kingdom, where I practice at the moment. But that doesn't mean I haven't been doing research, especially because you guys keep asking me questions. So I have my laptop here, and I have the results of my research, and I am going to be reading out some of the information I've gathered and the sources of this information. Now note, all the countries I'm going to be talking about, I am not listing them in order of priority or how good they are. These are just random arrangements. I'm not saying that country 1 is better than country 10. No, people's priorities are different. What is important to everybody is different. Always do your research and know why you want to move from one country to the other before moving, and don't just jump because you're seeing big numbers as salary. Let's go. The first country I'm going to be talking about, of course, is the United States, because according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, US offers some of the highest salaries for nurses globally, and they have specialized roles such as nurse practitioners and nurse anesthetists, earning particularly high wages. So one of the major advantages of practicing nursing in USA is a very good pay. US Bureau of Labor Statistics also says that the hospitals often invest in nursing training and development programs, so there is a lot of chance for career advancement if you're practicing in the United States. The next country I'll be talking about is Canada, and according to the Canadian Nurses Association, Canada's universal healthcare system provides a strong support system for nurses, and there is some level of job security, like a very high level of job security when it comes to nursing in Canada. However, they said that rural areas may struggle with nursing shortage, and the pay is also very good. So I think the only major downside that I'm seeing from Canada is the possibility of having nursing shortages in rural areas. Next on my list is Australia. According to the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Federation, Australia offers competitive salaries and excellent working conditions, as well as a high standard of living for nurses. Aside from that, nurses in Australia benefit from regulated working hours, they have very good work-life balance, and a great weather on top of that. To me, that sounds very interesting because I have personally seen vlogs of nurses who have worked in different countries, move from wherever they're working to Canada, to US, to Australia, and from their description, mind you, I have never been to any of these countries, but from the way they talk about it, the way they describe it, and from the information we get, these places seem to be very, very lovely to practice as a registered nurse. Next is the United Kingdom, which is where I am currently. According to NHS Careers, the NHS, which is the National Health Service, is one of the largest employers of nurses globally, and UK offers great career progression, and there are various specialties for nurses to choose from. It also says that there is good work-life balance, although healthcare pressures can sometimes lead to high workloads. I think this is probably related to the backlog caused by COVID and the fact that there's a lot of the influx of patients in the hospitals are quite high. I practice in the United Kingdom, and I can boldly say that compared to where I previously practiced, which is my home country, there are a lot of advantages that I have seen or that I've identified with practicing in the UK if I'm comparing it to where I used to practice. Although I've also spoken to my friends in other parts, and at the end of the day, I just realized that every country has its positives negatives, downside, advantages, disadvantages. Like there's always pros and cons to any country that you practice as a nurse. That's why before I move on to the next 6 countries, I need to let you know that before you make your decision on what country you want to practice, and before you start like the process of moving there, ensure that you evaluate your personal goals, your family size, what is more important to you, your priorities as a nurse. If there are certain specialties that you love to practice in that are more available or more like easier to get into in certain countries, even things like language barrier, you may also want to consider that. The weather of that country, you may also want to think about how the economy of that country is, or the way the people in that country, how they are very receptive to immigrants and other things like that. And also do not just compare based off the salary, and don't make the mistake of comparing the salary of those people or that of nurses in that country. Compare them directly, like do the direct forex exchange, like comparing naira to Canadian dollars, or comparing naira to US dollars, or comparing naira to pounds, because you are going to put yourself up for a disaster. And why I'm saying that is because you should always consider the minimum wage in that country, cost of living in that country, and compare it to the average salary of a nurse before you know if you have a lot of money left after paying your bills every month. Because sometimes the salary and the bills may be equivalent, or the bills may be even more than the salary, so you don't get surprised. So let's continue. The next country I'm going to be talking about now is New Zealand. Now, according to New Zealand Nurses Organization, New Zealand nurses enjoy an excellent healthcare system, and they enjoy very fair working conditions and a reasonable patient to nursing ratio, as well as an average salary of 58,000 to 80,000 New Zealand dollars per year. That sounds very interesting. That sounds like a big figure. Although I've never lived in New Zealand, so I can't exactly tell if the pay and the cost of living match, or it's still going to be like the same average thing other people experience in other parts of the world. But this is not me. This is what the New Zealand Nurses Organization have to say. Next, I'll be talking about Ireland. And this is because the island's healthcare system is growing rapidly, and that is creating a very high demand for healthcare professionals, especially nurses. And one of the major advantages of practicing in Ireland is that the country offers strong salary and benefits, along with opportunity to work in both public and private healthcare sectors. The average salary is said to be about 40,000 euros to 55,000 euros annually, and this is according to the Irish Nurses and Midwives Organization. Aside from that, there is opportunity for career advancement as well, although it says here that there are some challenges related to healthcare funding. So at the end of the day, there's always pros and cons, right? So you need to be very sure about what you're going for, and put your priorities well. Next country is Sweden. Sweden is known for its excellent work-life balance and so many benefits, and a very supportive healthcare system. So Swedish nurses are said to enjoy generous parental leave, vacation time, and access to like cutting-edge medical technologies, like advanced technology when it comes to healthcare. And this is according to the Swedish Association of Health Professionals. Okay, next is Norway. And Norway, according to the Norwegian Nurses Organization, has a high demand for healthcare professionals due to their aging population. It says here that the nurses in Norway are well compensated, and they enjoy strong social welfare programs, including generous vacation days and work benefits. Wow. Interesting. Next is Switzerland. Now, Switzerland, according to the Swiss Red Cross, the Switzerland healthcare system is among the best in the world. Nurses are well respected and paid accordingly. The country offers a high standard of living, and healthcare system is well funded, so they have very good working conditions. I'm not gonna lie, I have heard people talk about Switzerland, and most of the time when I talk to people about Switzerland, they always have nice things to say. I know that might sound biased, but I just feel if majority of the people you're asking about a particular country always have something nice to say about that place, maybe, everybody cannot be lying, everybody cannot be wrong. Although you can never tell until you get there yourself and see things for yourself. And everybody prioritizes or what is important to everybody is different. But I can tell that most of the times when I talk about Switzerland, what they always tell me is nice. So the last country on my list now is Germany. So Germany has a very strong healthcare system and nurses are in high demand due to the country's aging population. It states here that Germany offers relatively high salary, great benefits, and plenty of opportunities for career progression. This is all according to the German Nurses Organization. So they said nurses can work in public services, education, and healthcare, and they experience stable jobs, regulated working hours, and ample opportunities for further education. So there you have it, guys. Those are some of the top 10 countries to practice as a nurse in the world. What other country did you think I missed out from my research? Let me know in the comment section and why you think this country should be considered by any nurse in the world if they want to enjoy their career as nurses. I'll leave the link to more of my videos on the screen and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!